A baby ferret can be like bringing home 2 toddlers. If you don't know what you're getting, you see this cute little animal. Our first one, we had to replace all the children's beds. We had to replace all the carpets in their bedrooms. Oh, I didn't know anything. I'd be cleaning my teeth and she'd be climbing up and eating the soap. You need to know what you're doing before you do it, or it's dangerous. You look at those teeth. Look at ferrets' teeth. They're designed to chew and to crush bones. I tell everybody ferrets bite.
Domesticated from the European polecat, the ferret's fluffy appearance and playful nature make it seem an unlikely predator. Yet ferrets are such adept predators that they have been used for centuries to hunt rabbits.
This is what they used back in the Dark Ages and back in the 1800s. These things hunted rabbits for wealthy people, but these were bred in captivity in Europe hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
The ferrets are taken and put down the holes and they chase the rabbits out. They put nets across the holes so that the rabbits just go straight up into the nets. And that was why ferrets were first brought to Australia. They came out with their settlers.
They were also popular for pest control in cities, flushing out and killing rats, and even helping with rat bolting, a method used to chase wires through buildings. Ferrets are still used for rabbit hunting today, although they are far more commonly seen as house pets. Jo is the rescue coordinator for the Western Australian Ferret Society. She currently cares for 17 ferrets, many of whom can't be rehomed.
This is Gator. Gator will not use his back legs. He eats, drinks, he's happy. But yeah, most of these are all rescues for one reason or another. We get quite a few each year. There are a lot of reasons why people surrender them. They're not prepared is one of the big ones. This is a little rescue girl. We knew where our owners were, but they never came forward to claim them. So she stays.
Ferrets are small and mostly domesticated, and many, like Jo, see them as an attractive and rewarding pet, despite their bite.
They're great. They're a combination between a cat and a dog. They've got the curiosity of a cat, and that's what gets them in trouble. There's always what's over there, or what's, what's this or what's that, and they're too busy looking at everything. Everything is fast forward for a ferret. But they've got the loyalty, the love, the intelligence of a dog. It's like it's all rolled into this tiny little fur ball.
Ferrets are best known for their bad smell and their bad bite. And at first, even Jo wasn't keen on the idea of a ferret as a pet.
A friend of our daughter, my youngest daughter, who was, I think when she was 5, she wanted a ferret. We weren't going to have one. I used to think that they were the worst creature ever put on the earth. And a friend purchased her one. And we hit the roof. There was no way in the world my husband and I were going to have a stinky, horrid ferret in my house. And then they brought her home and put her in my hands, and it was instant love. I just fell in love with her.
In Las Vegas, exotic pets employee, Georgia, is another fan of the ferret. She has 9 of them herself.
Essentially, they're kind of like a puppy or a kitten, and they never really grow up in the fact that they're always playful. They love to have attention and just interact. They're pretty easy to take care of, and they're really fun and interactive. I mean, they're sleepy right now, but you can wrestle with them, you can play with them, and they're more than happy to play back. And they're really interactive.
Their boisterous nature means that ferrets can be quite a handful. Jo has fostered dozens over the years, and it's taken all of those years of experience to get the hang of keeping them as pets.
Toilet seats. It's toilet doors. People leave seats up and doors open. It's just something a lot of places do. You need to put the seat down and close the door because the little buggers will get in it because of their curiosity. What's in there? But yeah, they'll climb brick walls.
In the US, ferrets are such a popular pet. They're the biggest seller in Ken Foos's exotic pet store in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas is the #1 city that sells ferrets in the world. Reno is #2. Why? Because 99.9% of our ferrets go to California because they're illegal in California. 99% of the ferrets in Reno go to California. They take care of the Bay Area, we take care of San Diego and Los Angeles. Ferrets are illegal to own in California. I don't ask them where they live.
California has banned the keeping of pet ferrets, fearing that if released into the wild, they will decimate the local flora and fauna, as they did in New Zealand, where the fuzzy predators are also prohibited.
When someone comes in and buys a ferret, they pick it up, we give it to them in a box, they walk out the door with it. They're the ones crossing the state line with a banned animal, not me. And I think in all the years, I think we've had one person that got caught at the state line with one. And we sell hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ferrets. And we get that a lot where they'll say, hey, we want to buy a ferret, we live in Fresno, will you ship us a ferret? I say, absolutely not. You want a ferret? Drive down here and get it. And they do.
Members of the weasel family, ferrets are obligate carnivores and in the wild will feed on small mammals and birds. In captivity, they still need to be fed a meat-only diet.
I always tell people, think of a T-Rex in a little version. So it's raw meat, day-old chickens, mice. Yeah, my guys have the raw meat and the chicken hearts and chicken giblets, and they like them. They need to chew.
And it turns out that if ferrets aren't properly fed, they may look for an alternative and very vulnerable food source. In 2011, a 4-month-old baby boy from Grain Valley, Missouri, was left in critical condition after a hungry pet ferret ate 7 of his fingers. His parents were charged with criminal neglect. A 1-month-old baby girl left unattended downstairs in her Pennsylvania home in 2015 had her nose, upper lip, and cheek eaten by the family's 3 pet ferrets. And in Lancashire, England, a 10-month-old baby girl needed hospital treatment after she was savaged in her pram by a ferret. Having looked after hundreds of ferrets over the years, Joe maintains that their biting is rarely aggressive.
They'll bite when they're frightened. They bite to protect themselves, but they'll also bite to play. One of their favourite games is tag chasey, but they can only tag you with their teeth. It's a form of communication for them. I mean, look, there's 17 ferrets in this house at the moment and there's not a mark on me. They'll come up to you and they'll use their teeth and they'll just go like that. But some people, they don't know it, they've never seen it before, they think they're attacking it. The minute they use their teeth, they're biting them. But generally, they'll only bite because they're frightened. That's it. And once you know how to handle that, you're fine. Again, that's being prepared. See? Not a mark. So he's playing with me, but he uses his teeth. So, but for some people, that's enough to say they've been bitten. But it's not. It's a way that he's communicating with me. Good boy.
Like our producer, Joe has also experienced the ferret that bites and won't let go.
Ow!
You got it, you can get out of it.
Good, I can't. Ow! Ow! Oh, look.
Their jaws can lock. I've had one hanging here. And I got in between a ferret fight, and she was just lashing out, and she grabbed me here without realising it was me, and it's just like, let go, let go, let go, let go. And then she did, and she let go, and she just looked at me and she said, oh, what have I done? And then it was, yeah, but just take them, don't pull it off, don't scream, because you're just going to frighten them more. Get a cold water tap and just gently drop it on their head.
Their cute appearance can also foster a feeling of complacency. Don't be fooled. These creatures bite hard. And even though they may appear to have given up on their prey, they'll happily come back for another round.
Gator, you are no longer my favourite ferret, mate. Ah.
Oh, that's nasty, that one. Oh,
They spit and
that's a
everything.
nasty one.
They can bite if they wanted to, but they usually don't. It's sneezy. Sometimes when they're babies, they'll nibble a little bit harder and you gotta teach them, but they take the training pretty well. They can learn basic commands and stuff too.
Ferrets' high intelligence make them both effective predators and attractive pets.
They're incredible. They're intelligent. Never underestimate them. We've got people teach them to do rollover tricks, walk on a lead. I've seen them get across from one corner of this backyard to the back corner without getting a drop of the sprinkler on them. And the sprinklers were going like this at the time and they would just time it perfectly. Or this door, they couldn't open the door, the girls, because they were smaller, couldn't open the doors. So they'd go and get the big boy Fred and he'd come and open the door. So yeah, don't underestimate them. If they want something, they'll work out exactly how to get it.
And the ferret's sharp teeth and strong jaws aren't its only defense.
Yeah, everybody's got a different personality. And you have personality clashes and, yeah, the arguments and, I don't like you, go away. Lots of screaming. That's when they drop their stink bombs. That's another form of defence for them. But that's it, that's all they've got. And they're such tiny little creatures. It stinks, but it's not like a skunk. It will dissipate.
With 17 ferrets and not a bite mark on her, Jo clearly has a special relationship with her tiny predators. And she has her own theories about ferret owners.
The amount of people that get ferrets, something's happened to them emotionally. Yeah, I don't know what it is or why it is, but they get them. Is it because they're so misunderstood? And people think that, these people think that they're misunderstood or I don't know what it is, but there's something, some connection. And my mother swears I would have had a mental breakdown at some stage in my life. And it was just them that's kept me sane, because I'll just go and sit and curl up with them. It's like having a pretzel or a chip. One is never enough. You always take more.